If you train combat sports, strength is a big component of your game that you want to build and maintain. But training within the gym is only going to get you so far. It's the meals that you're eating post-training that's going to help your strength and your power get to the next level. So today, I'm going to show you how to make a low prep time bison taco recipe that I implement into my meal plan that helps me maintain and build strength. It's high, lean protein, super healthy, and really easy to put together. So if you're finding me for the first time, I've trained Muay Thai for over 10 years, and I make quick and easy, and of course, healthy meals designed for combat sport athletes of all levels. Whether you're an active fighter or just getting into it for the first time, these meals are great for strength building, recovery, and of course, performance within the gym. Okay, so here's everything you're gonna need. Ground bison, measuring cup, another measuring cup or really just another bowl, spoon, grater, shredder for your cheese, salsa, some form of hot sauce. I like Cholula, lime, whole wheat tortillas. Get some sort of mixed green mix. I do this 50-50 blend. It's baby spinach and spring mix. Get a type of cheese. Do a block of this Monterey Jack. You can also do cheddar, mozzarella. Really just depends what you want or what you're in the mood for that day. And I throw a little bit of microgreens in the tacos as well. They're pretty crunchy and really healthy for you. So this one's the micro rainbow mix. And I think it's cabbage, kale, mustard, and arugula microgreens. And get this specific taco seasoning. I love this one. It's pretty smoky. You can get this one at Whole Foods and other grocery stores. First thing I typically do is I shred my cheese. So the cheese you usually buy, I know it's a lot easier to get the shredded cheese in a bag, but they put a wax coating on cheese in those pre-shredded bags. So it's always best to just get a block of cheese and shred it yourself. Much healthier. You can get one of these cheese graters. Different kind of settings on here. You can do this kind is much more thin and fine. This one's a little bit thicker, and these are bigger slices. But for this one, we're gonna go with this right here. And I'm gonna speed this up so you don't have to sit through and watch this entire thing of me shredding the cheese. All right, so you should be left with this here. And what you can do is get a Tupperware container. You can get these at Target, really anywhere, Walmart. Put it all in here, and you can save it for later. Make more tacos throughout the week. But, of course, you want some for the tacos now. So what we can do is get another bowl off to the side. Get another bowl like this. And just prep your ingredients and your toppings. So get some cheese. Put it to the side. Save that. And this can go in the fridge. All right, now get a lime. If you like lime in your tacos, I do, so I'm gonna slice one lime and have a couple slices. There you go. Set that to the side. And next, get a side for your salsa. So this salsa is amazing. Okay, this salsa is really smoky and chipotle, has a chipotle flavor to it. I don't know if you can find this in many places, but you know, just get a smoky style of salsa. They go really great with the bison tacos. So if you can find this one exactly, do that. And what I typically do is I just pour a little off to the side and just have that ready. Okay. This can go back in the fridge. And now take your taco seasoning. And what it says here is add 1/3 cup of water and mix in the taco seasoning all together. So you put that in with the ground bison later. But what I found is you need a little bit more than the 1/3 cup. So sometimes I do almost 2/3 of a cup. But whatever taco packet that you get, follow the instructions. This one, for whatever reason, you just need a little bit more water. So we're going to take this one here, like that. You're going to get your measuring cup and put some water. So I have 1/3 cup of water in here with the taco seasoning. I did 1/2 of a third. I'm going to put that into. You're going to take your spoon, mix it up. You're going to set this off to the side. Okay, now we're going to get our lettuce put together. So I do a mix of spring mix and some microgreens. I like more of a darker green for my lettuce. Now, I know typically you see tacos with iceberg lettuce, but iceberg lettuce, it's crunchier and it's just not as healthy as microgreens and some spring mix. So any excuse I have to get some leafy greens into my meals, I do it. So I just do this. So I kind of get that amount, microgreens right there. And I do that much lettuce, not too much. So what you can do is just take all your lettuce and almost roll it into a bunch like that and just make thin cuts. So you have that much lettuce and set that to the side. Here, and take your microgreens and put that there too. The last thing that you're gonna need before we start cooking the bison, tortillas. So I like to eat 100% whole wheat tortillas. You could also get corn tortillas or flour tortillas. If you're training a lot, the carb content shouldn't affect you too much. If you weren't training too much carbs, I wouldn't really do that. So you get 3 tortillas, put them on a plate, and we're gonna set this aside for later. So now that we got all of our ingredients prepared, I wanted to talk a second about bison. So bison is definitely a little bit more expensive than regular beef. Beef you can find pretty much everywhere. Most grocery stores that I've seen, they do carry bison, but if you do have a local butcher, go to your local butcher and see if they have bison. And like I said, it's a little bit more expensive, but if you're really serious about your training and building more strength and power, I would opt for bison. Honestly, I feel like I've eaten a ton of different beef, steak, ground beef, flank steak. I get the most power out of red meat, and if you can do a really lean protein like bison, do it. There is much more protein per ounce than regular beef. Beef has a little bit more fat, and if you watch one of my other videos, I talked about the importance of fat. This recipe, maybe you're cutting weight or something like that, and you need a lean protein, definitely go with bison. What's really cool about ground bison too is versus regular beef, bison, they're raised primarily on open pastures, so they're eating a lot of grass. And when they eat a lot of grass, they produce a fatty acid called CLA, which is conjugated linolenic acid. And it's a proven cancer-fighting agent as well as an anti-inflammatory fatty acid that you need as a fighter and training any sort of combat sports. So I love ground bison, and this recipe is going to be amazing. Okay, let's get our pan heated up here. So in one of my other videos, I showed you how to put ground beef into a cold pan and turn the heat on and render out all of the fat. But with bison, there's a lot less fat in it. So what you need to do is you need to heat your pan and get that really hot so that you get some nice caramelization on the ground bison. So what we're gonna do is we are going to turn your burner on and get this on high. And you're gonna wait a couple of minutes until your stainless steel pan heats up. And I'm gonna show you how to check to make sure your pan is hot enough in a second. I'm gonna show you a trick to make sure your pan is hot enough, because if your stainless steel pan isn't hot enough, the beef or bison is gonna stick to the pan. So what we're gonna do, take a little bit of water and you're gonna, after a few minutes, you're gonna pour it onto the pan. And I'm gonna show you what it looks like. So it's been a few minutes of your pan preheating. See how those water beads kind of roll around like that? That means your pan is hot enough. All right, so we're ready to start cooking our bison. Pop this packet open. And now that you turn your burner down to just below medium, it should be good. Get some olive oil, coat your pan, and it's gonna start smoking. So if you have a fan, turn that on. Your bison in. You break up your meat a little bit. And just let it hang out there for a little while. You want to try to get the caramelization going. So when you break up the bison, just let it sit there for a little bit. And then you'll start breaking it up in a second here. And check your burner. You can put it back up to medium if you feel like it's not crisping up enough. We're gonna start breaking it up. And you might need a little bit more oil, so I'm gonna put a little bit more along the outside. This is gonna help make sure it's not gonna stick, and it's gonna help with that caramelization. We're gonna let this sit here for a little bit longer. All right, I see some browning on the bottom here. Start breaking up your ground beef, move it around the pan, cook it down, and scrape all the brown bits off the bottom. And normally with beef tacos, you're gonna see you have to drain it, but like I said, it's really lean bison, so you're really not gonna need to drain it too much at all. Yeah, we're good. So once you start seeing some browning, don't cook it too much because it's gonna get super dry. So we're about ready to put in our taco and water mixture. So go grab that. So we're gonna put our taco and water mixture, give it another stir. We're gonna pour that right in. So let it get kind of all incorporated. And see, as I was saying, that packet said to put 1/3 cup of water, and you can already see that it might need a little bit more water. So yeah, let's put a little bit more water in. Just a little bit more. So when you put the taco seasoning and water back into the bison, as soon as you start to see it boil and bubble, turn your burner all the way down to a low simmer. So you can see we're simmering right now. Our burner is on low. And our bison taco meat is cooking. This probably takes about 2 minutes. And turn your burner off. Now, what we're gonna do is we are gonna get a meal prep container. Meal prep container. Here. And we're gonna pour the taco meat into here. Taco meat done. Okay, so last thing you want to do before we start making our tacos is we want to get our tortillas heated up. I'll show you a little trick here. So get a couple of paper towels, maybe this much right here, and wrap your tortillas with the paper towels. And here are your tortillas right here, and you're gonna pop these in the microwave for 15 seconds. It should be nice and warmed up, like this. It should be nice and soft. All right, we're about ready to start assembling our tacos. Take your taco meat first and do a couple of spoonfuls. So you're gonna do this. And this is what I was saying about the importance of having everything prepared before you start the taco meat. So that way you can just kind of grab the ingredients and start assembling your tacos. So cheese on the meat. Like that. This will make sure the cheese gets a little bit melted. Do some lime. Probably need a couple of slices here. Some hot sauce. A little bit of our salsa. And lastly, got our greens. There you go. All right, quick and easy bison taco recipe. So yeah, sometimes I'll make a bunch of bison in advance. Maybe I'll do 2 pounds of the ground bison, and I'll just do 2 taco packets and have it ready for the week. So when you get home from training, all you really need to do is just heat up the ground bison and some tortillas, and you have all your ingredients already set aside, and you just assemble your tacos. It takes all of about 5-10 minutes. Like I said, if you really want to get serious about building strength, start incorporating bison into your diet and your post-training meals. It's really going to help you get to that next level. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Really appreciate it. And until next time, I'll see you.